Hello, Captains. It's me, TONIK TZW. And yes, we are here in the Kamikaze. I only play it a couple of times a week. And I will say it's hard to have a bad game in the Kamikaze. It happens on occasion. Um, it's often a good game, but it takes a lot to have a great game in the Kamikaze, and this is one of them. So you're gonna want to sit and watch this one. A lot of people saying that playing the Kami is seal clubbing, but when there's a Kamikaze on the other team, it kind of evens the odds up a little bit. We've got a domination map, and that means that caps are king. But I'm not going straight into the cap because where I've spawned here on the left-hand side, there is a destroyer and a cruiser pushing into the cap from the south side of it. So I'm going to use my concealment to stealthily flank up on the right-hand side. Now, you may think that those were just zone tops, but you can see the shadow of a destroyer there pushing in. And what I was using is that little white line in the middle of my torpedo indicator to aim for about where that destroyer is going to be. It wasn't just a completely blind top. And I'm going to get a little bit lucky here. And we are going to get a single torpedo hit with a flood and a double cap reset. But our guns are going to fail us. This guy is going to smoke up, but I'm still spotted, which means that there's something else out here that can see me. I'm pushing in, thinking, do I go for the torpedo reload? There's another smoke screen. There's a Clemson, but that Clemson is going to do me a favor. Now, the punchline on this one is, do you believe in magic? And then, Izzy Wizzy, let's get busy. So, if you're as old as I am and remember Sooty and Sweep, you'll remember that when they were doing little magic tricks, that was their punchline. Izzy Wizzy, let's get busy. And we're going to do a disappearing trick here because we're going to make something disappear from that smoke screen. You all know what I like to call that. A dope in a smoke. First Blood and Death Strike gets us off the board with a Clemson. I was thinking, am I going to get even luckier and get a double strike with the other destroyer? But no, we are not. Nah, unfortunate, eh? But we're going to put a spread of torps out at this Montecacholi. I can see that I'm heading for an island and we're going to have to turn tight. Now, I don't know if that guy is going to go forwards, going to go backwards, but we lose our Phoenix. We had the destroyer and the cruiser. They both went round the same way. They should have gone left and right of that rock, and if they knew about or how concealment works, one of them could have parked on the edge of that island within 2 kilometers of the destroyer, and they then would have seen where he was and they wouldn't have died. But the destroyer is going to try and do his best to contest that cap. We didn't do enough to that Montecacholi, but he's pushed forward, knowing that the cruiser is out of the way and there's a destroyer out there as well. But the team are going to do their bit and get their guns on him, as I'm taking a little bit of a detour coming round the back of the map. It's not often I find myself this far back this early in the game, but we're going to get turned around and we're going to head back towards ACAP. And we're looking at Montecacholi thinking, do we steal the kill? Do we go for number 2? No, we don't. There's the Minikaze again. We're looking at him. The turret traverse on this is awful. We fire a salvo and he's going to put his engines into forward and all those are going to miss. But thankfully, because he is spotted, somebody else has got the guns onto him and he is going to disappear. So it's time to get on the capture point. You'll see here that red team have, well, they've shit the bed really. They're down by 5 ships. We are down by 2. It's 7 plays 5. Now you might think that at this point in the game, with red team down to 4 ships, that this one is in the bag for blue team. But I do say to the guys, never to jinx it and never to say, well, it looks like we've got this one won. because our Oklahoma goes out to the carrier. Yes, 6 ships to 4 now, and the team are going to continue not to crap the bed, but their kamikaze is going to push through for our carrier, but that's going to do us a favor. He's over there at the moment. There is a destroyer over there as well. There is a cruiser, I think. No, it's a cruiser. No, it's a battleship, and they should be focusing that guy to death. Quite literally, all the time that he's spotted, they should be focusing him down. But that kamikaze is now on our home cap. Our carrier obviously isn't switched on because he's going to continue sailing in the same direction when what he wants to be doing is turning round and heading in the opposite direction as fast as he can possibly go. Now, I did say that this is going to be a little bit magic and we are going to make some things disappear. Now, you might think that at this stage of the game that there's not going to be much coming out of it because there are only 4 ships left. So why is this game so great, Tonic? You are asking yourself. And what I'm going to say is you're going to need to stick around because it turns into an absolute Bobby Dazzler of a match. One of the best I've played in the Kamikaze in a long time. And it's going to start with us by getting rid of this Hermes. He is there. I'm expecting him to be taking shots from elsewhere on the map. I've swung out from him rather than into him because I know there is another battleship across there and I don't want to trade any hit points. The torpedoes look good as we lose another ship, but there goes their carrier for Dev Strike number 2. I've got the bits of sniffs. I've been down at the sauna tonight and it's kind of cleared my head, so apologise for the sniffing on the mic. Right, Capsa King. Kamikaze is running after our carrier, who's still heading towards the Kamikaze. There's the Mutsuki that helped fight on A Camp, but we are just up a little bit on points. It's 4 ships to 3, so we were 7-4. They've accounted for 3 of ours, and we've only accounted for 1 of theirs. But shall we bring the happy dumb balance back into play by getting onto this Nevada? And here we go, torpedoes, 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 as we lose our carrier to their kamikaze. He now needs to get turned around. Now we're going to stay on this cap. We're going to sail around the edge. We're going to try and keep that little island between us and the Nevada. Try and keep the Nevada spotted at the same time. There's another ship behind us, but he is out of range. Now, I did actually make this game a little harder for myself unintentionally because as we get a high caliber and Dev Strike number 3 there, and we break through 100,000 damage. I told you it was going to get good. Maybe you didn't believe me, and trust me, it's going to get better from here. Now, Watsuki there, he is in his smoke screen, and I'm guessing that he's waiting for a torpedo reload. But why he's sitting in front of the battleship, I don't really know. So we're going to try and help him out by putting our torpedoes out across there against this Chiren. And what I want to do is try and sneak around behind the Chiren and get back onto the capture point at the south as our Matsuki gets himself taken down. That wasn't a smart move. It is 2v2. We have gone from 7 versus 4 to a 2v2. My battleship is all the way across there near A cap. And if I was Red Team's kamikaze, I would be going to take that guy down because they currently have the lead and it would pull another 100 points in their favor. I can see torpedoes heading out. I can't see the Chiren because of that smoke screen. So we're just going to blind fire a couple of sets of torps out there and hope that we might actually hit something. But look at this. The guy has decided that he's going to come after me. He has decided that he wants this capture point back. and he does take a torpedo, he does take a flood, and I get spotted, and the kamikaze has come all the way back across here. So we're going to put a salvo of guns onto him. We're going to knock his engine out. The Chiren is onto me, and now I am in trouble because my battleship is still a long, long way away. Now, we don't want to be a dope in a smoke like the first guy in the game, so we're going to close this gap off with some torpedoes. We've put two sets out there. We're going to keep one set. And you're thinking, is this another kill coming up? It doesn't look like it, does it? No, it looks like the Chiren has slowed down. We're going to put our last set of torpedoes through that gap as well. No, we're not. We're going to wait a minute. What we're going to try and do is avoid this island to our front, use our smoke screen, and just get some camp resets on that Chiren. And things are going to get very, very hairy here. We put a set of torpedoes out there, 6 seconds for the next set coming up. We're going to get another camp reset off this guy, put the other two sets of torps out, spotted again. The kamikaze is running me down. He's going to want to turn for torpedoes. The Chiren's obviously in that smoke screen, got guns on me, but the Kami sails into torpedoes. The Chiren takes one as well. It looks like it might be a double strike, but he gets a damage control, and the other torpedoes have missed him. We've brought it down to 2 ships v1. We have a lead on points, but what do we do from here? Do we turn and go for the South Cap? Do we go for the Chiren? We've got time to play, and with 4 kills on the board, can we go for a Kraken? This Chiren has been clever so far in the game. I am against the white line, and now I'm going to use these small islands just to get some more cap resets on this guy. I did say this one is going to be magic. This one is also going to be risky because we need to get turned around, but we are going to get ourselves spotted, and he is wiggling all over the place, trying to avoid all those torpedoes. I'm looking for where his guns are. We've got another little rock here. We miss with those shots. We fire again. Do we get a hit? Yes, we do. We get a cap reset. He's sailing away from us. The other battleship is coming into the other cap. We are hard spotted because we're so close. I'm hungry for the kill. We don't need to win harder, but by gosh, I'm not giving this one up. This one is going to be pulling a rabbit out of a hat. We've got a fire on him. Is that a stick and tick, or has he had enough time? We get a second fire on him. I'm looking here. It's ticking, it's stopped, and I just can't believe it. This guy has got 9 lives. He is the cat of battleships. The torpedoes are running, but they are going to miss too. The battleships takes a salvo, and I look like I'm going to lose my Kraken, but as I disappear behind this island, we get all the luck of the devil, and we get another fire on him. We know he has just damage controlled. We need that guy to disappear so the battleship doesn't get another salvo. We put some torpedoes across the corner just in case he does decide to come out, but we're going to push. We're looking at the damage up at the top corner. It's ticking. We get the Kraken and finish an absolute storm of a game. I know I probably sound like Murray Walker, who is narrating the Grand Prix, or used to narrate the Grand Prix, an absolute hero of mine when I was a kid. But there you go, 133,000 damage, high caliber, Confederate, Kraken Unleashed, First Blood, 4 Dev Strikes, and look at that, we got a solo cap, a cap assist, and 16 cap resets. I've never had that many in a kamikaze before. An absolute beautiful base XP game, 3,246. It's not quite double what our second place Matsuki got, but we absolutely stormed it and saved the game for Blue Team there. I really hope you did enjoy that one. As excited as I sound doing the narration for this video, trust me, I was even more excited playing that game and trying to pull it back from almost defeat to certain victory with that result of Kraken number 233. So please do smash that like button, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel, and as always, until next time, take care of yourselves and goodbye.